everybody, and welcome back once again. Here we are for my last stop on the week. It is week 9. It is game 8 here in Rutherford County, Region 4, 6A football. I'm with the head coach of the Blackman Blaze, head coach Chandler Tygard. How you doing today, Coach?
I'm good, Stork. How are you doing?
Doing great. Well, I was over there for that last game before the end of the break on that Friday night. What a great, fantastic game. You guys came out and knew that maybe the cards were a little bit stacked against you, and you knew that kind of going in as far as the talent on the other side of the ball. But like your peers said, man, you threw it all out there and you scored some points on them. You moved the ball up and down the field. A lot of people haven't been able to do that, Coach.
Yeah, I was happy with what we did. We actually had a bunch of starters out too. So our quarterback was out, our running back was out. We started a freshman at defensive end. So we had some guys step up, and our kids played hard. They played hard the whole game. They never quit all season. Really proud of what we did, points wise, offensively. So there's a lot of good things, but still, we gotta get better to compete in this region.
Well, I interviewed Jimmy Maynard from Cookville last night, which is your next opponent after this one, but not looking ahead. But here he is, 1-6, and he said, Stork, it's been uphill for me all season, but I can't complain because every practice, everything I've asked of this team, they've come out and demonstrated. Maybe they're in, that maybe everything isn't going their way on a Friday night, but I can't continue. Some of those things will clean up and they're going to catch a win.
Yeah, I mean, we've lost 4 games, and 3 of them are to the number 1, number 3, and number 4 teams in the state. So we're seeing with the best teams in the entire state.
We saw what Summit could do against Ravenwood. I mean, Coach Will Hester, he's a good coach. He had a good team, good plan, but he couldn't beat Summit.
Right. Well, Summit's a good team. Ravenwood's a good team. So we've seen the best teams in the state and what they look like, and we're young, and so now we know what that is now moving forward. So, how many young guys we're playing, and everybody's coming back, and so it's.
We mentioned that on the broadcast several times. As we keep gazing down that roster, you got a busload of juniors coming back and some sophomores, and they're all committed.
Yeah, and we brought up some freshmen, so we just brought up some more freshmen today, and so another one's going to get in the mix. And we've been trying to debate whether we need to bring them up or let them have their freshman season, because there's about 15 of those kids that could help us right now.
Okay.
And
they're not freshmen anymore.
Well, we wanted them to have their freshman season and that whole deal too. So that's been a challenge, is whether we bring them up now or what do we do.
In evaluation of a kid like that, how long?
It's hard, and it depends on the state of the program. Hopefully we're not having to rely on freshmen.
But if there's growth there, Rod Wilkes was a big kid at his time, and he played and started as a freshman.
Isaiah Molina, play last game, and he's 6'4", 350, and goes out there as a freshman. We got another freshman this week, so so that part on really, really young kids is really exciting for the future. But I'm proud of our seniors too for what we've done this year, and
don't want to take it away from
yeah, and I don't want to talk too much about next year and that kind of stuff, because we've got a great group of seniors and they're playing hard and they've stuck through. And Jalen Brown's battling injuries and keeps playing, and Mike Dowdy's done a great job leadership-wise. Kyle Millwood's the only senior, or him and Adam Hickerson on the offensive line. So to take the younger guys under their wing, that's been awesome. So we've done a great job this year, and we got a huge game coming up, and we got to see.
How are you excited about that? Let's stop
here. I've never been to Rockville, so it's good.
You've never even driven over to the stadium? Never been into the parking lot?
I've driven by it. We looked at a house over there.
Okay.
But yeah, so I know about the launch pad, learning about that. I know Coach Rice. He's been so nice to me since I got in the county. Me and Tyler were buddies.
Okay.
Because he was at UNA and recruited our school in Alabama. So I got tons of respect for him and what he's done. And
it's been uphill for him. He's had his face.
I even called, buddies of mine that coached against him at Waynesboro. One of my friends was the head coach at Collinwood, and so we talked about Coach Rice, and just trying to get to know everybody and get our lay of the land in the county. And it's definitely been cool, and different. Each game and each school's personality is different.
Yeah.
And kind of learning that part. And each team and each head coach is different.
Ben Cottle mentioned it last night on his. This has been his first season, and he went out to the launch pad for the first time with his last game.
I've heard it's a tough place to play, and their fans are rocking, and it's a long walk for the visiting team, and so they definitely have a home field advantage, and it's grass, and we're used to playing on turf. So it's going to be a big challenge. Anytime you play on the road, anytime you take a young team on the road, it's definitely a challenge, and it's going to be tough for us Friday night.
Well, when we started and I first met you, you said, Stork, this is it. This is where, if you're going to coach and and you want to play in the game. They call this this little town a lot of fun to play in and to dig around in. I just want to ask you at this point, has it given you everything you thought it would give you as far as, you know, the challenges, you know, playing the Oaklands, playing the other team, Stewart's Creeks and everything? Is it what you thought it was, or?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, this is what we expected.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Oakland's #1 in the state. Riverdale's #3 in the state. Stewart's Creek beat us, and they've got a great team. Rockvale's got a really tough team who just beat Stewart's Creek, and they've got all these senior offensive linemen that have played there for a couple years, and a bunch of them played for Blackman freshman team and went over there, and there's all these kids know each other. And
and like Ben said, he said it's a street fight. I mean, we get in a little alley fight every Friday night.
Well,
with
they all
our
know
friends.
each other.
Yeah,
and
we all
so that part's been kind of different.
Yeah,
in
that's what I
Williamson
mean.
County, it wasn't like that as much. Where
they don't
here,
know
they really know each other and hang out on Fridays. So that part's been kind of different and neat and cool. But yeah, I mean, it's an awesome place for high school football. You know, when it comes
you're challenged as a coach, and
it's tough every week, but it's a blast. That's why you come to Blackman. I mean, that's why everybody wants to coach in this.
It's not easy over at Riverdale. I mean, look at Will.
Either.
Will's sitting over there. He's talking, and he's sitting there. I got 26 some odd seniors. Okay, when they leave, what do you got? Okay, he's already concerned. So a lot of things, you know, even though those things are moving around, it's already, you know, like.
And I'd like to get more of the Rutherford County teams on the schedule. You know, I think that would be awesome to get. Big rivalries.
I've always said that.
Yeah.
You know, I've always said I wish. I always felt like, you know, no matter what, Matt's going to be ready to play you. Smyrna's going to be down there ready to play you. And if we could, when we get back into the scheduling, if we could all come to terms, because at the end of the day, you do know that there is, you know, if you do go schedule somebody like a powerhouse like Oakland, you might take a loss, but at the same time, no matter what, like you said, well, if you're on that other side of the bracket, you're going to have to go through Summit. So what do you want to do? Do you want to go call Summit and play them today?
Right.
And the only thing I think that, and it'll be just for this Summit team. I mean, I asked Coach Hester last night. I mean, so you got a little taste of them. So you think he can? Now you think he can? If you catch him again, you think he can? You know, so
yeah, they're tough.
Yeah, we'll see. And you know, he's going to have to stop both those kids. Anything you'd like to say? Because we all know the Blackman Blaze will load up and take all the heat and head out to the launch pad and be there in full force. You know, your people.
Our people will be there.
Your people will be there.
It's a must-win for us. We got to win 3 in a row.
Yep.
We know that, but we're taking it one game at a time, and they can officially clinch the playoffs with a win over us. And so I know they're going to be super excited to try to do that and make history and and do all that for their program, which is awesome though for them. Just, I mean, what Coach Rice has done over there is unbelievable. He's probably the coach of the year in the area. Although you could argue Riverdale and Oakland's done that too, but I'm so impressed
with what you got to work with. I mean, none of those kids are famous kids. I think one of them may go to Brown, or maybe, you know.
I'm just really impressed with what they've done and the way they can run the ball. They've got a good running back and a great offensive line. They're real physical on defense. I mean, they're a lot like, just an old, he calls them slobber knockers, but I mean, that's what they want to play, and they're going to do it. And he's just done a great job. So it's going to be a big challenge for us, and so we've got to load up all of our people and take it over there and see what
you got pretty good vision. You're looking into the future as far as what you see right now, and you look at that team today. What's that team look like in 5 years, Coach?
Our team?
No, Rockvale.
Oh, Rockvale. I mean, they're just going to keep getting better.
Yeah.
They're just going to keep getting better. He's done a great job, and so
he's ramped them up really fast to get that school program going and get some rhythm.
And it just adds another tough team onto an already tough schedule. And what Ben's done at Stewart's Creek, he's done a great job too. And I know John, their DC over there, and it's tough every single week. I haven't even gotten to look at Siegel yet, our last game. But Brent Stockstill was in here today, and he was kind of giving Octavius some jabs about Siegel and the last time they played them.
Yeah,
Octavius did. And so every single week is hard, but it's a lot of fun too. That's how it should be. That's how high school football should be. You don't want to have those just massive blowout games when everybody knows it's coming. Or guaranteed games. I don't like that.
And it's moved around. I mean, I'll be honest. Since I've been down Smyrna for in the beginning, then came here in 2009, and then broke off on my own for the first in 2012. So as I mill around and watch you saw the article, I'm sure, Cecil wrote about the best 5 games of the Battle of the Borough, and you start, going back. I mean, Ron and Phillip had some tough ones. Riverdale and Blackman's, there was some tough ones, and I mean, some great games. Everybody's known the Rainbow game and all that, and the Mud Bowl. But I mean, all those great.
Might be a Mud Bowl Friday. Is what I'm hearing.
You possibly could be. But all those great games make up for the tradition that's been in this county. Like you said, the rivalries and what's going on, and makes it just a great place to.
And we're such a young school, and they're such a young school, and then the fact that Rockville kind of separated some from Blackman with Riverdale. So I do think it's going to become a sort of a rivalry game, I would think, just because so many of our kids know their kids.
No different than the tradition you wanted. You're going to be a rivalry against Stewart's Creek. Yeah. That's no doubt. That's always going to be a rivalry. They're going to hate you. You're going to hate them just for
that's
that
kind of a newer
week.
one. I don't know if that's as big as us in Riverdale, because we separated from Riverdale.
Yeah,
but,
right.
I mean, it's
that's going to be one as far as
they're
because
all big. And it's an awesome county to play football in and to coach in.
You've had fun.
Yeah, it's a blast. So it's been a challenging year, but it's a blast.
All right, Blaze fans, load up, head out to the launch pad. Kickoffs at 7 o'clock. Y'all get behind the Blaze and pull out a big W.
Go Blaze.